Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm dyeing my hair with henna. I'm freaking scared. Hopefully you guys can see this. Sorry about the echo, by the way. My microphone is just not working, but yeah, I'm trying to go red. I used to have red hair, but it was really damaging. So I just don't want to use the chemicals anymore. And I've also put henna on my hair before, and the type of henna I used before was like fake henna, and so if I put hair dye over it, my hair will melt off. So now I have to get real henna, which is what I have today, and hopefully it works. This is the color that we're working with, so I want like a burgundy red color. But while I'm doing that, which is gonna be really messy, like I'm actually like nervous, and I have a mirror over here, so if you see me, like I'm probably gonna be turned this way, like seeing what I'm doing. But yeah, while I'm doing my henna, I wanted to do like a life update with you guys. Okay, I have my towel down, I have my hair pinned up. I have this tiny little brush that came with the henna because I don't know where my brushes went. And then I have these raggedy ass gloves because I realized I don't have any. And these are the ones I used last time I did henna, and I forgot to rinse them off. So they're like literally like, I don't know why they're falling apart, but I don't want to have my hands stained. So we're gonna use these. This is gonna make such a mess. Okay, let's do it. Okay, we're going in with the first wipe, and I can't see anything, by the way. They say to do it on wet hair, but like I really want an intense color, and like it just makes more sense for me to put it on dry hair because then it will absorb into the hair. Like maybe that's wrong. I don't really know too much. I don't really know at all what I'm doing, but I feel like it would be easier on wet hair. But we're just gonna go for it. Okay, life update. So I'm turning 24 in like a week, and I'm like honestly so ready for it. 23 has been like not a great year, I'm not gonna lie, and like everybody says that. If you guys follow astrology at all, it's like a thing in the astrology community that turning 23 is like the worst year of your fucking life. And that's because of perfection years. Basically, like each year is like correlated to a certain house in astrology, and it's called your perfection year. And the year 23 is your 12th house perfection year, and the 12th house is about mental illness, endings, death, rebirth, feeling like you're literally in fucking outer space, and that's exactly how I felt all year. But I'm just excited. I don't know, like I did have some moments this year where I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm turning 24, like that's so old. But now that it's actually coming, I'm like so excited for it, and it's just crazy. I'm just gonna go in with my hands because I can't deal with this fucking tiny ass brush. Yeah, like I'm really excited for it, and I'm just excited for a new chapter. So another like update in my life is I'm moving soon. Hopefully, like I don't really have a place yet, but I'm looking at places, and hopefully by the time this is posted, like I will have a place and signed for it and like sign the contract. But I'm nervous because I'm moving with somebody that I don't know. Like I've never lived with a roommate before, and it's really scary. It's just like crazy becoming an adult. Like it just really feels like, okay, this is what it means to be an adult. Like yes, moving out is already scary, but now on top of that, like I'm moving fully out. Like there's no family, no one to really fall back on. Like if I can't like pay my bills, like I'm gonna be affecting this random person. And it's not like a random person, like I work with this person. It's nobody that I'm like connected to personally. And so it feels like I'm really going into this like on my own. And I'm just like, I'm ready for it, but I know that it's gonna be a huge change. Like it's gonna be, I don't know, I'm not gonna be able, like, you know how you have times in your life when you just get depressed and like you start falling off of things, and like once I move out, like I'm not gonna have time to be depressed. Like, I'm gonna have to take care of my dog full time. I'm gonna have to like take care of myself. I'm gonna have to make sure, like, you know what I mean? I'm just nervous. Like, I can't fall back. I can't have days where I just don't want to clean, or I just want to rot in bed, because it's like I have someone else now, like, depending on me, and that's nerve-wracking, but I feel like it's something I need. And I don't feel like I'm super immature, but I do feel like this will be a chance for me to grow up a bit, and like, okay, you have to like actually stick to things. Because I think, honestly, I think that's a huge thing in my life story, is that I'm really great with like starting things. Like, I have a lot of determination, I have a lot of drive. And don't get me wrong, like, I have finished things. Like, I've done a fast this year. I've done different things. Like, I've given up my phone. I've given up Instagram for a couple months. Like, I've done things and I've stuck to them. But in terms of, like, things that I really, really deeply care about, I end up, like, I always fall into, like, a depression, or I get sick, or something knocks me off of my routine. And it's really hard for me to get back on it. So I feel like this will give me a chance to not have that as an option, and just really like have to, like, if I don't make something of myself, there's nothing around me to be like, oh well this, oh well that. It's like, no, now you're fully gonna be living on your own. You're gonna be an adult. Like, if you wake up one day and you don't like the life that you're living, that's on you. And I don't really want to wake up and feel that way. Do you ever get like stuck on autopilot in life, and then one day you kind of wake up and you look around and you're like, holy shit, like, what am I doing? Like, some days you just like feel like shit and you're like, oh my god, I'm a loser. Like, the things I'm doing, like, I'm a loser. And obviously I don't think I'm a loser, but some days you just look at your habits and you have a reality check where you're like, I need to change some things, or else, like, if I were to look back on my life and this is what I was looking back on, I would be like pissed off at myself. Like, does anybody know what I'm talking about? Because the life that I want to live is like, I want to be a YouTuber that makes money full time from that. I want to be a life coach. I want to help people. I want to give advice. I want to be like a healer. Like, I want to help women. I want to help women express themselves. I want to help people be okay with expressing their emotions, and like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to do. I want to live that life. And some days the life I'm living, and obviously, like, there's baby steps to everything. You can't every single day be like, why am I not where I want to be? Because everything is baby steps, and some days you are like having a tough time and it feels like you're not making any progress, but that my gloves are literally falling apart. But like, that doesn't mean that you're not making progress at all, right? But like, some days I'm just like, I look at my life and I'm like, okay, but this is not what I want to be doing. And then it starts, the age thing starts to hit, where you're like, oh my god, like, I'm almost 24. And like, I always laughed when people would say things like that. Like, they'd be like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm this age. And I would look at them and be like, what do you mean? You're so young. Like, and these are people that were older than me. Like, I still thought, like, no, you're so young. Like, you have so much time. But when you're actually in those emotions and you're looking at your own life, and you start thinking about like, oh my god, like, it's gonna take so much time for me to actually like accomplish this goal, and you start freaking out about it, like, you really start stressing, like, holy shit, 24 is actually old, like, I should have my shit together by now. And like, I've been starting to have those thoughts, and it sucks because it doesn't help anything to have those thoughts. Like, it doesn't make you get to your goal any faster. It doesn't change anything. All it does, honestly, is keep you stuck in the same place. I mean, it can be helpful to have those feelings because they can kick you into drive, like, okay, it's time for me to like actually start on the shit that I care about. So those feelings are helpful, but when you sit in them for too long, you start to just feel like shit about your life, and then you start to think, oh, like, what's the fucking point? Like, I already like wasted so much time. And so I don't know, it's hard growing up, and I never thought like I would be one of those people that like care about age and growing up, because I just never cared. Like I just see life as so optimistic, and like there's so much time, like you can start anything at any time, and like, and yeah, that's true, you can, but like lately I've just been feeling like, man, I don't want to be, because okay, for example, like the YouTube stuff, I look at some people that I see online and I'm like, okay, it took them like this many years to get where they wanted to be. And then I'm looking at my own life and I'm like, I'm already gonna be 24 and I'm not where I want to be. Like I wanted to be there already. And obviously like it's not all my fault because some circumstances happen, but like at the same time, that doesn't really change the fact that like I could have been pursuing, and I've always been pursuing YouTube in small ways and content creation, but like I've never given it my full all. And so it's kind of just like this irritation with myself of like, oh my god, where could I have been by now if I like kept at it and didn't let things deter me. And then it goes back to that whole thing of like me not being able to stick to things, and it's just, it is frustrating. I really hope this doesn't turn my hair dark brown. Like it said it was gonna turn it red. I want it to be freaking red. Another life update with myself is I feel like I've been exploring with fashion more, which is really exciting because I feel like my style is something I've always struggled with. When I was growing up, I had my older sister, and my mom like only really bought us new clothes if it was like Christmas or like our birthdays. But you know how when your parents buy you clothes and it's just not really your style? So like I didn't really get new clothes unless I had money, and I didn't work until I was like 13. And so there were just so many times where I'm like, okay, I can't get clothes, so I have to steal my sister's clothes. So I kind of grew up like learning from my sister, and obviously I feel like every younger sister does that. Like you look up to your sister, and it was also a thing of like being in school and what's popular and what's cool and what's not. And so like I had my own personal kind of weird style, but I would let people around me, like my sister, my friends, be like, oh my god, you can't wear that, or oh my god, what are you wearing? And so I learned that like I have to dress a certain way, and it really made it hard for me to trust myself and my self-expression. Like I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't know what it meant to like just put on an outfit and like put it together and feel confident in that. Like I was always like, no, I have to get a second opinion. I have to get my sister's opinion. I have to get someone's opinion to tell me that what I put together looks good, because what if it doesn't and then I look stupid? And so that was something that like I always did, but then I ended up just kind of dressing like my sister, and I didn't really like, there's nothing wrong with how my sister dressed, but there's just like a difference in style. And so when I would wear those clothes, I didn't feel like myself, and because I wasn't expressing myself from my own expression. And so I got to a point a couple years ago where I just got so sick of feeling like I didn't know who I am. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start wearing things that I think are cute and that make me happy. And if somebody tells me it looks dumb, I'm gonna wear it anyways. And you know what that did? It literally rewired my fucking brain, because I would put on clothes that like I knew were my style, more like hippie, boho type stuff. And I would wear those clothes. Oh shit. My hair is getting really tangled. It's getting like hard to do this. But yeah, like I would put on clothes that I knew were my style, and it took a lot of confidence, but I would wear them. And then if my sister would be like, no, like that doesn't look good, which like that's just a thing that sisters do. Like she wasn't really trying to be mean, but if she would ever say anything like that, I would wear it anyways. And it took like a lot of times of doing this, of being like, I don't care what you say, I'm gonna wear this anyways. to actually get me to the point where I loved the way I dressed and I loved my style and I felt confident in that, and I felt like, no, like this is what I like to wear. I don't care if it's not what everybody else is wearing, and this is what makes me feel comfortable and pretty. And then I actually started to feel like myself. I felt like I had a sense of self for the first time in a while. I felt like even though I don't maybe fit in, that doesn't matter because I'm me. But then over the past couple of years, I feel like I've started to fall back into that, like, because my style started changing and I started feeling like, and I also, when you're working full time and you just have to wear the same clothes every day, like I just have to wear black every day. And so when you're working a lot and you don't really go out as much, you kind of start to forget like that you can wear normal outfits. And so I just got used to wearing black all the time. And now I'm falling in, oh my god, this is like getting so messy. Now I'm falling back into that trap of I don't know how the fuck to dress. And I feel like I need second opinions because I don't want to dress the way I used to. I want to dress in a new way. I'm being called towards more like, not like professional wear, but like classy, not classy, I don't really know. I'm called towards witchy attire, but also like classy business attire. And I'm being called towards both. And those are like two opposite styles. But I'm at this point where I'm just like, I don't even care. Like, what does it matter if I have a specific style? Why don't I just wear whatever the fuck I want on whatever day I want and just change it up? You know what I mean? Like, if you really think about it, we're all just like characters. Like, if you were to play Sims right now, or any other fucking game, you would be given the option, oh shit. You would be given the option to dress your character how you want, and like you won't need to stay into one style. And that's something right now that I've just been experimenting with different things and like going thrift shopping and finding different pieces, I hate that word, different pieces that speak to me, and I'll get like an outfit idea in mind and then try to wear it. I'm still struggling with the confidence part. I wore an outfit the other day that was super out of my comfort zone. It was a very like flowy witchy skirt and it looked really cute, but I'm not used to wearing flowy stuff. I've always worn like super tight clothes. I just feel like it looks best with my body type. And so experimenting with really flowy dresses has been new for me. And it's been scary, but at the end of the day, it's really not that deep. Like, I care way too much about these things, and I know damn well that, like, nobody's ever thinking about this as much as I am, and if they are, it's like they're a hater, because if you're judging me up and down for just trying to do something new, then it's like you were always gonna judge me no matter what I did. You know what I mean? I think it's like I'm starting to realize the different energies around me and just what I don't want to be around anymore. That's another life update, is like, that's something that I've really had to deal with this year, is setting boundaries with energy that just doesn't feel aligned with me anymore. And it's so hard to do. It's been like the hardest thing I've had to do all year. And I'm still in the middle of trying to do it. And I do feel like it's making me more confident and more of my own person. But it is like, okay, you kind of, if you want to do that, you kind of have to like recognize that for a period of time, like there's an in-between phase of like leaving your old people and finding new ones. Like there's a period of time where you're not gonna have really anyone around, and it's fucking scary because you have to be okay with being alone. You have to be okay with like making those decisions and then not going back on them just because you're feeling lonely, or like, oh, maybe it wasn't so bad, maybe I did vibe with them. Like, no, like I'm just in this season of wanting new energy around me. In order to get that new energy, you have to be willing to like sit in the uncomfortable feeling of like, oh fuck, like I don't have anything right now. And do you know how hard it is to accept that when your birthday's coming up? Because your birthday is a time when you're supposed to be surrounded by people that care about you and celebrating you. And like when you're in a phase of trying to, you're growing out of certain people and you just don't vibe with certain people, like nobody, it's so hard to stick to that because it's like nobody wants to be on their own on their birthday. Nobody wants to feel like a loser on their birthday. Nobody wants to feel like, oh, I don't have anybody around me, or I'm all alone and like I should have just kept doing what I was doing because at least I wasn't alone. But it's like you don't want to make decisions out of life out of a fear of being alone, because that means it's not actually uplifting you. It's just like occupying you. Occupying, is that a word? Occupying, why does that sound so weird? Occupy. I don't know how to talk right now. It's just like occupying your life in the meantime until like so that you're not uncomfortable. And it's like I don't want to go through life like that. So it's like I'm making these really big decisions. You know what I mean? Like I'm moving away from certain energies, and it's all happening around a very very intense time. Like not only is it my birthday coming up, but my brother's death date is also in a couple days. And it's like these are all times where it's like you don't want to be alone and you shouldn't be alone, but it's like I don't know, I fear that I might have to be just to find myself again. So it's kind of shitty, but I just feel it in my soul that it's like something I need to do. Okay, you guys, here is the finished hair. Just kidding. The henna did not work, so I had to put semi-permanent dye over it. And this is the color I was going for. Like, look at this red. This is what I was going for. Yes, I had to put semi-permanent. I used Arctic Fox in the color Wrath. It won't damage my hair because it's semi-permanent, so it won't react bad with the henna. But yeah, I had to do that because it came out just like the same color that my hair already was. And I was like, I need red hair for my birthday. And I ended up not having it done for my birthday because there was just too much going on. But I am now 24 with my red hair, and that's all I care about. And yes, turning 24 wasn't as bad as I thought. I still had some mental breakdowns because my brother's death day is so close to my birthday. But ultimately, I got to hang out with one of my closest friends and then my cousin, and so I still had fun, but it still sucked that the people that I've had to separate myself from weren't there. And then after my birthday, I got broken up with a couple days later. So yeah, it's definitely been a fucked up ass time, but I'm still grateful to be alive. I'm grateful that I've made it 24 years, and I'm excited for what this new chapter has, because I am truly in a new chapter. Like, if this was a movie or TV show, I would be in a new season. I would be like, it's new energy, and it's fucking terrifying, but I'm excited. And honestly, the first step to feeling like myself again was my red hair. I feel most myself when I have red hair. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video, and my name is Sydney. If you like my vibe, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.